Folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. It's June 3rd, 2022. It's my buddy Evan's birthday. Everyone say happy birthday to Mr. Evan down in Texas. So I've done a little bit of work in the bee yard I didn't shoot video on, so I want to kind of give you a little bit of an update. And a lot of people mentioned also on my last video, hey, under super those instead of putting that empty on the top. So I had some full supers, and to give them more space, I put another super right on the top and with drawn comb. And I've done both ways, and I really haven't noticed any difference in how they fill it. And maybe it's because when I've done it before, it was later in the season. I don't know. But this time of year, there's still a decent flow. It's starting to come down though. And so I did come in and I under supered some. So I did I inspected most of my hives that have supers on them. And because our neighbor called this week and said, hey, we had a huge swarm just fly over our house, and it went that way. So we couldn't find it. We didn't locate it. We didn't look real hard, but I looked all around here and I didn't see any swarms in the trees, but I wanted to see if I could find where that came from and see if it was one of my hives. So I did find that, and it was hive number 20. It was full of queen cells, and the majority of them had already opened up and emerged. They hadn't been chewed out, but they had emerged. So that swarm, don't sting me. So that swarm may have had multiple virgin bees in it, virgin queens in it. I'm a friendly beekeeper. Okay, so yeah, I went all through hive 20 looking for virgin queens, and I found one, and I found 2 or 3 cells that hadn't opened yet. So I made a split with those cells, and I left the virgin queen in there, and so that was a hive that had 2 honey supers and 2 deeps, and I reduced it to a single deep. That's how weakened they had become. So yeah, they swarmed and they didn't make any honey, hardly at all. Even the deeps didn't have much in it. So I need to check today, so that's what this video is going to be over. I'm going to start checking all my splits, the ones I couldn't find queens in. I'm going to start on the other end and work my way this way, because on the other end is where I did that split last night. And I didn't have nurse bees to shake because the bees were just all over, and there was like no brood basically left in that hive at all. So to locate nurse bees, I really couldn't. So I just went down about 8 frames, and I just shook bees into my nuke box. And there's 5 frames in there, and there's some swarm cells. So I want to check on that, and I want to try and mark those other queens if I can find them. So I did start on that, on the south end here, and I went through and actually did find some of those queens I couldn't find last time. I found 2 and got two marked, so I marked them yellow. So I'm going to do that today, start on the north end, work my way this way. So let's get started. Okay, here's hive 20 where I pulled that split from, and it's all the way down there on the end with the brick on it, and I think its number is 33. So we're going to get down there and make sure it's okay, there's still bees in it and everything. That's my concern, is population on that, because like I said, I wasn't able to put a frame in there that had brood and nurse bees. All the brood was gone. Boy, the bees are getting it today. Well, so I don't see hardly anything on the front going on, and I see dead bees down here. So I'm wondering if, so our nectar flow was slowing down, and they may have got robbed. So that's what it ought to look like. So let's get in this thing and see if there's any bees in it at all. Man, it is a swamp. We've got lots of rain. Well, there's some bees in there, not as many as I'd like to see. Maybe if I got them a brood frame from another hive, they would be okay. Let's see what it looks like. So this has nectar in it, so I wanted to leave them some food. And here's the extent of the brood that I had. As you can see, that ain't much. And there's some of the cells, and this one's been opened, but these two here have not yet. And I think this frame here has one cell on the side. Yep. It's not opened. See that nice pretty cell right there? Waiting on that to open. And I think that one there is still good. We just need more bees in here. Yeah. I'm looking for a virgin queen just by chance I might have shook one in here. So this hive is okay, except it has about a third, I'd say, of the population it needs. A lot of drones. Okay, we'll button this back up. I will get I'll search out a brood frame later, but I want to go ahead and get in these other hives and inspect them for this video. And we'll come back here. Okay, well, let's just go right next door here. This will be 32. Okay, I went and got my marker, and when I opened the container it was in, the lid was off of it, so it's been off overnight and it was dried up, and I messed with it. I bought this a long time ago, so it's not the greatest to start with because it was really dry, but we'll see if we can get it to work. We got to find a queen first, though. So this is 32. The front of it looks good. Bees are nice and chilled out, and a good population. So that's all full of nectar right now, which means they're foraging. Last time we inspected this, it was queen right. We couldn't find the queen. There was fresh eggs, all that, larvae. So this is drone brood here. This was drone comb. This was a natural comb with no foundation that I had from a cutout that I did at the state fair last year. So she's laid some drone eggs in there. Uh-oh. Looks like she's laid drone eggs in other places. I think we got us a drone layer from the looks of what I see on this next frame. That is no good. See all these sticking up cells? This means our queen wasn't fertilized very well, and she's laying unfertilized eggs. See right there are fertilized worker females. And we have us a little queen cell right here. And there's a larva in there. I don't know if you can see that. But if that's an unfertilized egg in that queen cell, it'll just make a drone in a queen cell. I call those drag queens. So, yeah, shoot. I thought we had us a good one here. She's just not, unless this is laying workers, and I don't think it is, because again, we've got right in here, she started out good and got out here and she started laying drones. I don't see her. Looks like I need to pinch her if I find her. Unless this frame here looks good. Which it does not. Same thing. We need to take her out of here if we find her. And we got 3 drag queens forming right here on this frame. This is all honey. I don't see her. She may not be here anymore. She may not have been here before, that's why I couldn't find her. That's what I get for going off and getting my marker before I find a queen. I jinxed it. What I should do is shake all these bees next door there, because these are all nurse bees. And just start this sucker over, because I think that's what I'm going to do. Make double certain that queen's not in here. Okay, let's do this. What's weird is they're putting those, something's putting eggs in those queen cells. I could just put this frame in there, but then this would be full of drones. So I just want these nurse bees. There's quite a bit of nectar in that shook out as well. So if I get half of these bees to stay over there, that'd be okay with me. You probably see some of them gather here on the front. Yeah, they're coming back. So another thing I think I'm gonna do, I'm going to switch locations. So all the field bees will come back into that one, and that will help boost the strength over there as well. I might have just gotten away with doing that, but I think I'm gonna get a lot more bees this way. But I'm risking getting that queen if I don't see her and accidentally shake her in there. I'm just going to put this frame in there as is and swap it for that one, because this has some capped honey on it. That other one just has uncapped nectar. And this is that warped lid. Okay, so by swapping them, all the field bees that are out foraging from this hive, because it was there, they're going to come back and they're going to go into that hive right there. I'll switch those blocks so the blocks look the same. This hive here is going to fail. It's done for. Got to do something with those frames. And this one here, if those queen cells will emerge, we'll have us a hive here. But those queen cells have to emerge. And this one would need a miracle. I guess if those queen cells develop and they actually are queens, then it might, but I just stole all the bees out of it. All right, let's get in here. Let's find us a queen. Sheesh. Looks pretty good. That's all nectar right there. There's a few drone cells right there, which makes me nervous. All these are drone cells. Look at that. What is going on? This next frame looks okay though. That was a donor frame though. This was a donor frame when I thought it was queenless. So this brood is probably not from the queen that is in here. Empty queen cups. Ah, look at that. Looks to be backfilled with unfertilized eggs that have turned into drones. I think this hive's no good. It's the way it goes. Making splits sometimes. That's all pollen. No laying on this frame. So they didn't pull a queen off of this donor frame with the new eggs because there was already a queen in there. They're like, we're queen right. We're not going to supersede or make an emergency queen cell. So then the queen they had turned out to be a dud. And I can't find her. God. It's either that or laying workers have started way sooner than what I have ever expected or have been told about laying workers. And I think they have to be like 10-15 days without any brood before laying workers start. Real quick, go through here. I want to find a queen to market today, for crying out loud. Guess we got one chance left right there. Ouch. I got stung on the hand. These gloves, I ordered some new gloves, by the way. These suck. Well, let's do this one and we'll see. Maybe we'll find a queen today. Gosh, out front, they look so good. Look at those. They're just beautiful splits. But inside, it's all wrong. All right, y'all think queen. Think worker brood. So far, so good. Man, you can just smell the honey down here. It is strong. I can smell it clear up at the house when the wind is from behind me. That honey curing. These bees are doing some foraging. There's a lot of nectar in here. And this will be runny. When I was shaking those frames earlier, I was getting a lot of liquid shaking out of there. So I don't want to lay this too flat. It'll all run out. All right, where are you at? There's a little bit of worker brood right here, capped. And we have larvae in stages of age going out to the youngest out on the edges. So she's laid this whole frame. There's a good queen in here. This is not the donor frame. Start of a nice pattern there. Oh yeah, there's the good stuff. Nice frame of worker brood. That's what we need to see. And a queen. It looks like they may be trying to kill a queen right here. Let's queen clip that up and see. I don't know why there would be another queen in there. Unless one from swarm or something got in here, and yeah, that's tight. Whatever's in there, they don't like it. We'll look at that in a second. That's probably our good queen, and they're just murdering her, knowing my luck. There's a queen in there. It's a young queen. Well, she's not a big queen. I wouldn't say for sure if she's made it or not. But they don't like her. We better find another one. That's all I got to say. Wow. You've got to be kidding me. Well, here's brood. Where are you? This is honey and pollen. I wouldn't expect to find a queen on this frame. Oh my gosh. So there's a little queen cup there, but nothing's come out of it. There's nothing in it. She's not been laying out here. Why are they killing their queen? If that's their queen. There's no supersedure cells. If they're going to kill her, I'm going to take her out. Okay. I see some eggs right here. So if that is their queen, they can pull a supersedure queen right there. And there's some on this, your left-hand side right here as well. So I don't feel bad taking that queen out of here and not finding a queen. But that is weird. They're killing that queen. There is no doubt. What do y'all think? You saw it. It was a tight ball on that queen. Very tight. They were balling her up, killing her. Which made me think there was two queens in here. Yeah, so I think that's the weirdest thing I've seen in my 9 years of beekeeping. That is too weird. I'll show you that queen. So from the size of this queen, she's right there. I doubt that's the queen we saw laying in there. I don't think she's mated. You know, she's a little bigger than a virgin queen, but she don't look like she's a regular laying queen. What do y'all think? I want to put her over here, lay her on this hive, and see if they will accept her. But it's not hardly any bees left over here. But this is a queenless hive. Boy, this video's gone a different direction, huh? This hive's been so traumatized, you know, I don't know. They seem to be taken to her. There's really not enough bees to, you know, formulate an attack. They seem to be fanning now. I think I'm going to let her go in there. See, to me, that's not an attacking behavior. That's checking her out. Those other bees from the other hive, they were like tight ball. And they're not, these bees here aren't aggressively going at her. They're just kind of wandering around, checking her out. So all this after I shook all these bees out of here. So our queen cells are over here now. Okay, she's right there. They're not attacking her. She's right here. You know, they're not letting her walk around freely, but they're not attacking her. She's about to work her way out. Yeah, they're friendly to her. They'll just get out of her way. There she's off, she's on the frame, and in she's going. All right, let's get the lid on this thing. Well, so I did find a queen. Didn't get her marked. I don't think that queen, they didn't like her, they were killing her. I'm very certain about that. But where their queen is that's supposed to be there, I didn't find her. So I think this hive, I don't know. It had eggs, so there's been a queen laying there. For some reason, they're trying to kill either their queen or that's a different queen. They accepted her down there, so we'll see how that goes. So that hive down there needs more bees, so I'm gonna let it go for a day and I'll check on it tomorrow and see what's what. But wow, this was a crazy video. I hope you was able to follow and see what was going on, what I was doing. So I planned on marking 3 queens right here, but none of that panned out. So, we manipulated these 2 hives here, swapped them, and going to try and boost their population that way. We're waiting on those queen cells to emerge in that one. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Man, that's it. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're slowly approaching 10,000 subscribers, and we should make it this year, I would think. So got a lot of good beekeeping going on here, I think, for the novice and beginner beekeepers. So that is it. I'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.